Well, hello, this is Rosa, RCG Creations. How you doing? Bringing to you a little unsponsored, my personal review of a product. This is a chopper. This is an old one. It's from Genie, Genius, Genius. You can sort of see it there. It comes with this container. This is a nice big one. This is over, I know it's, see, my daughter's 40, so I know this is a good, maybe 30, 35 years old. And it's in very good shape because up until the last 2 years, I hardly ever use it. Because I didn't cook before, okay? And hey. But what we're doing today, and I'm going to just give you some little tips and everything, and then this is my review. This comes with a variety of blades. See that? And it just sits right in here. This moves up and down. This pulls up, and then there's a lid, and then this is your container. I like it because it's got the little rubber bottoms, so it's nice and sturdy. And they sell one similar to this, but it doesn't have all my attachments that I have because mine's older. And what I really like about this, there's a button right here, it says push. And when you push on it, let me bring this up just so you can see. I've done this review before with other items, but today's a little bit different. And then see how the little plastic in there, how it moves up, and what it does is when you push on it, it takes whatever food is in here, and it pulls it out. Okay? So what we're going to do today is, my regular subscribers know I want everything done yesterday. So I spend some time, it just varies on my schedule because I do still work full time, and I do volunteer to a food bank program, so I'm pretty busy. Even though I'm an empty nester, I'm still pretty busy. Okay, and so I'm going to prep. What I'm going to do is I got this whole little bag of onions, which is about, let me show you. Oh, all those onions. Number one, the very first tip. Get yourself a little fan and put it right in front of your face. Have the fan hit your face. Because as you're slicing these onions, the air goes away from your face. I like to keep mine on the side. So as I'm chopping the onion, dicing, chopping, whatever, the wind from the fan blows it away. So it doesn't make my eyes all watery. Let me show you. Because I just did these. See, I'm not all crybaby. So anyway, and then here's another blade for big slices. And here's a tiny blade, but there's two different types of slices on that one. And I'm going to be doing this. And then what I always do, this is just me, because this is just what I like to do. I like to label my baggie. Now I do these in snack baggies because hubby can't stand onions. He likes it okay as long as it's cooked with other stuff, but he doesn't want to bite into a raw or cooked onion. So I have to be sparing with my onions or make them very, very, very fine. So I'm going to label this first one. If this is just going to be some diced onions. So like these is going to be a good size for like putting on top of pizzas, putting on top of tacos. So I'm just going to label this one diced. And then I put them in a Ziploc baggie. And then I just keep them in the freezer. So whenever I need one, I just grab one out of the freezer. Okay? And sometimes, if I want to, I can always put them in, get a cookie scoop and put them on a piece of parchment and then flash freeze them and make them into little pucks. And you can have that, but I personally I've done that, but I personally don't care for that when it comes to my onions. I do that. I love that on my garlic and my ginger. Those are fantastic, those little garlic pucks. But on my onions, I prefer, because I have to be careful with what I'm using because of hubby and his preference. So I just as soon scoop it out of my little baggie, because all I basically do is take the baggie out of the freezer, leave it on the counter as I start to prep everything for my meal. By the time I'm getting ready to need to use the onions, the baggie's already thawed out enough that I can just grab whatever it is that I need. So let's get to chopping. Okay, yeah, you can see me, we're good. Now, this is me, Rosa. I have bad wrist issues from a car wreck many years ago, and I don't have enough muscle and power. So this is the way I do it. Now, of course, you're different. You'll do it the way it suits you. I do it where it's not so thick, because I get more control and chop. And see, and I just pounce it because I can't just push down on it. I don't have that kind of strength. But you can actually just push on it. Like hubby, he just, and he pushes down and he's good to go. See, on that one you can, as they get thinner. And yes, this takes a little bit more time, but for me, in my medical situation, works for me. So you're not pounding and pouncing on it. But I pounce, and I do this all the time on it. That's just what I do, because I have some really good days and some days are bad days where I'm in a lot of pain, and I just do what I think I need to do. Okay. And see, when the skin is, whoops, the whole thing came out. I don't like the little skin and stuff like that, so I always take that off. And so, like, especially when you're chopping really thin, like this, that outer layer of the onions. And I'm just going to lay these all of them separating it. And I'm going to lay these all around the opening. Okay. But as you can see, that's a pretty good size of diced onions. And I'll just do a few of these, and I'm going to go ahead and do all of these. And then I'll bring you back to see the final project, and they'll be in each little baggie. And this is my take on prepping products like garlic, onions, ginger, vegetables, carrots, apples, and putting them in individual baggies and labeling them and freezing them. Or dehydrate. If you hear that going in the background, dehydrating some bread. I'm making some breadcrumbs. And prep that, you know, so you spend maybe an hour to 2 hours, depending on what it is that you're doing and how much food that you have. And you, then you're done for the whole, this will probably last us a good 3 months, easy, in the freezer. Then I don't have to worry about buying onions again, and I always will have some fresh frozen onions that all I gotta do is thaw out for a few minutes and I'm ready to go. So we'll bring it back when we're done, and then we'll be right back. Okay, we are back and I'm done. It took me roughly a good 35-40 minutes, and I chopped everything with all 3 of my little blades, and I ended up getting all of this done. We ended up getting 3 of just the regular size dice. I want to show you because I told you I was going to show you. See that? Did we get a dark piece of paper so you can see that better? See that? And see the size of those? So we got 3 of those. We'll close this back up. When you seal your little baggie, try to get as much air out as possible. That way it's not so bad when you freeze these. We ended up getting 2 of the large, 2.5, no, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the large diced onions. And see the size of those? I did these for big ones, so when I toss them into a casserole or a dish or whatever, I have a big one that's going to be easy to pull right out so hubby can take him out right away. And then I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the very, very, very fine diced chunks. Which, see how fine those are? So I am set and good to go for, I would say a good 3 months. And they're all going to go in a baggie, in a Ziploc freezer baggie. And I can just use whatever I need when I need it. And I don't have to worry about any other spoilage or anything else like that. Put my piece of paper back in here. So, anyway, this is my take on my review of the Genie Vegetable Chopper. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.